So we're going to continue in our closed guard series today. Thanks everyone for coming in on a holiday. So in our previous two classes, the first one we were talking about maintaining closed guard, dealing with the different kinds of guard openings and posture gainers that your opponent might use. The second class we went over the arm wrap series. Today we're going to be going over a series that's involving like a hip bump and a kimura. This is going to be if your opponent's hands ever hit the ground, or if they're just kind of chilling and they're not really engaging very much. These are going to be some things that you can do in those situations. So I'm going to use Jason here. So the first one we'll do is if your opponent is like just kind of passive, they're not really doing too much, they might be stalling or they're not really giving you much, you're going to want to control their posture and their sleeve for this one, and this is just a basic hip bump sweep. So to control Jason's posture, I'm going to get a cross collar grip, and I'm also going to get a sleeve grip like this. So cross sleeve, collar. I'm going to use the collar grip to control his posture and pull him down. His natural instinct is going to be to go back up. And when he does that is when I'm going to hit the hip bump sweep. So I break his posture, he goes up, I plant out here, having the sleeve, put my right foot down, and I'm coming up on my elbow, and I'm hitting him with my hip, and he goes over, and I settle in and mount. You're going to want to do this quick, and it's going to be based off the reaction, but it's okay if you don't get it the first time. You can just keep trying to hit it. So if I pull down, he goes up, go over. I'll demo it like if he resists, and I'll show how you can just go again. So he comes up, don't get it, that's okay. We come back down, go again. Just keep chambering it. As long as you have this arm, he can't post out, so he's gonna have to get that arm back. As long as you have that, you can keep trying to hit this. Any questions on this first one? Cool, let's partner up 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Any questions on that hip bump sweep? Nope. Cool, I want to show one additional detail off of that I forgot to mention. It's sort of the same mechanics of a scissor sweep, which we'll get to in a future class, but we've got the cross. So I pull him down, he goes up. When I plant, if I drop this here, he just tips over my leg. That's a detail I forgot to mention. It makes it easier, like I'm hitting him on one side and chopping him down on the other. So he's just rolling over my foot. Cool, so that is a timing sweep. You'll get a feel for it controlling their posture. You can't get this cross and they're just kind of sitting back, hands high. This is when you're gonna have to just go for a more explosive hip bump sweep. And without the arm, he can post. So if he doesn't post, you'll just go over. But if he does post really hard, that's fine, because then you can attack his arm, and there's 2 or 3 different attacks you can do, so we'll demo all of them, and then you can just work on whichever one you like or feels better. So if I go for this, he's putting his hand on the ground. The most basic one is a kimura. So I'm gonna clamp my wrist over his hand and put my weight down. This arm shoots through, and I grab my own wrist. Then I come down, and as I do, I switch to the other hip. Bring this in towards his body, and I push his palm towards the side, and it's a shoulder lock. I want to keep this all tight, pull it in, pinch it. Sam calls this revving the motorcycle, where you just do one of these guys, it just locks everything in. Any questions on that? Cool, I'll show it one more time. So we're in closed guard, go for the hip bump, he plants, kimura grip, jump to my other hip, pinch it in, towards the ceiling. Cool, let's try that 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. All right, any questions on the hip bump into the kimura?
Do you go,
Oh yeah.
thumb in, you like on your grip, your kimura grip?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me see. I think I do use my thumb. I don't know if there's different schools of thought on it, but I think you kind of need the thumb, because if you don't have it, your thumb is what's stopping him from getting out.
Right.
Does that make sense? Grab this thumbless. Is that what you were asking? Yeah. So yeah, the thumb clamp is going to hold his wrist in place, which will give me enough time to grab my wrist here. So if you're going for the kimura, and in this transition here, he manages to anchor his grip, either he buries this in here or grabs his belt or whatever, and now I can't free his arm to expose it, that's okay. We're going to go for an arm bar. So I free this leg, and then I belly down, and now I can break the grip, and I just pull towards the feet. Show that one more time. So I go for a hip bump, he plants his arm, I go for kimura, but I'm not quick enough and he beats me down. That's okay. This leg is free. I can take my time here and free this leg, and it comes over his head. Then I go up onto my right shoulder and I use my two legs as a wedge to pop his grip off of his belt. And then you can just gently pull towards the pinky to get the armbar there. Any questions on that one? Cool, let's try that 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Okay, to be fair, that counter to the kimura, it's a little more of an advanced technique, so there's some flexibility there. Questions about that?
If they're really heavy on the leg that you're trying to get over.
Yes. Yeah. So if you can't free your leg, which I think was the issue a lot of people were having, let's stay anchored here, and you can't get this leg out, that's fine. Then you can just finish the hip bump to the other side. Sound good?
Jiu-Jitsu.
Exactly. Thank you.
Just idiots.
So yeah, if at any point something's like too hard and you can't force something, there's probably something else there. Just assess the situation and think about it. So this all started because I went for the hip bump. This stops me from the hip bump. Go for the kimura. He stops me from getting the kimura. But I started this to hip bump sweep, which he's now giving me hip bump. So a lot of the closed guard concepts and jiu-jitsu in general, it's a lot of like push-pull, like opposite forces in different directions. There's going to be one way you can beat them eventually because they can't defend everything. That sounds cool. Any other questions about that last bit? Cool. The last attack I want to show is a reverse armbar. So for this, let's say that Jason's got his hands in my hips and I do one of these like clears. Now I can come underneath and this hand's going to clamp up on his shoulder. I form a gable grip, so this is a thumbless grip, palm to palm. I plant my forearm on his neck, and I'm going to pinch his elbow against my arm with my head as I go to my other hip. This leg comes up on his back, and I slide. I make a little I dream of Genie, so I grab my own elbows, find his elbow, and I gently apply pressure until you get the tap. I'll show this one more time. So I do a clear to get his hands on the ground. I swim underneath, up onto his back, gable grip against his neck, pinch with my head against his arm. This leg comes up, slide onto his elbow, pinch. Any questions about that? Cool, let's try that 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Any questions on the reverse armbar?
Yeah. As soon as you get into this reverse armbar, as the top guy,
Yep.
my first reaction would be to drive.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
drive in and close that distance.
Yep.
How do you keep him
Totally.
from doing that?
Sure. So we're here. So one thing I also want to emphasize, when I go for this is controlling his posture. I want to make sure I get this arm all the way through and I get this gable grip clamp high. Because if I start by going too low, he can just limp noodle his arm out and then we have to start all over again. So to start, make sure you get this nice posture control and really pinch his arm with your head, and that's going to keep it from getting away. Then as I'm shrimping out, I slide down. So you're saying at this point he drives into me?
Yeah.
So-
he's just trying to.
Yeah, that's a
save
great
himself.
detail I forgot to mention. This foot is in his hip, which is keeping him from coming at me. I forgot to mention that. It's a great question, good detail. This foot goes into the hip as this leg comes up. And so now this is in his hip, this is on his back, this is all pinched together. He can't come at me.
This hurts right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, this is strongness without
Yeah.
hands.
Then you can just take your time.
Yeah, I can't.
So yeah, great question, great detail. The left foot goes in the hip and that controls his distance. Any other questions on that piece? Cool. I just kind of want to bring it all together and just show how, as I'm going for this, that goes over there, this comes in here. If he beats me here and brings this arm in, I've swam for an arm wrap, I've got this now. This is also still here, so if we're attacking the arm wrap and he tries to bring this arm in, I can switch back to the reverse arm bar. So these are always there. He has to use his arms to build posture in close guard, so you can always be attacking this. You can just spam this stuff, like if you're playing Street Fighter, you just keep hitting low kick or whatever. Just keep going for stuff. Because he's stuck, he has to get out. I can take my time, and I can take what he gives me. So again, like if he doesn't have any hands in play, bring him towards me, his hands are on the ground. I can do an arm wrap, reverse arm bar, like, just cycle through it. Sound good? Cool, let's put this into play. We're gonna do a little positional in close guard. I want you guys to try these different attacks for like 50, 60%. We'll set the timer for 3 minutes. So bottom person gets 3 minutes and then we'll switch, and then we'll do regular rounds after that. Sound good? 1, 2, 3.